Shout out to everybody, thank you for tuning in. The Packy Ganja Show, now let's begin. Candy dabs all around from the left to the right. Super Audio's the network, spark up the live.
From audio and eyesight, Packing Ganja Show take flight. So fire up the episode, that be so tight. Just finished hump day with the blunt energy. Pack a bow in the bunk, take a dab, we get halfway.
Go.
Oh,
It's the Packing Ganja Show, let's go.
oh,
It's the Packing Ganja Show, let's go.
oh,
It's the Packing Ganja Show, let's go.
oh,
It's the Packing Ganja Show, let's
Oh, yeah. What's good, y'all?
What
It's that time again.
time is it?
A little bit after 7 p.m.
What time is
The
it?
Packing Ganja Show. That's about right here. I got my man Bill Packman, a.k.a. Pocky John.
What the fuck, Packy?
And I'm your boy Paraganja. And with us in spirit is Rock Phenom. And of course, we got our Captain Dre Day all day. Yo, Dre! Nice. We actually hit that on point.
Yep, that was dope.
You know what I mean? That was good. Now tonight, we got a very special guest in the building. This man, we go way back with
How way back?
Urban Underground. They got Klass 1 in the building.
Class 1 in the house.
Man of many boom boxes. Like I said, we see him on the tables many times. Done many shows with him, many events.
Now,
You know what I
if
mean?
you-
So
if
it's
you
good to
ever
finally have
been-
him in the building.
Have you ever been to any of the many hip hop shows, real hip hop shows in the LA scene? I'm pretty sure you saw this cat walking around with his boombox, always representing that real hip hop. There's a lot of hip hop that I learned from this cat right here, personally.
Old school hip hop.
Old school hip hop. How you been, brother?
Dude, can't complain. Considering how the way I was late last year, I'm happy to be here. Real talk.
Yeah.
Because believe it or not, I was like this close of exiting it out.
I remember you were in the hospital
Yeah, I
and
remember
shit,
for a
dude.
minute.
Yeah, I was dad really.
What happened?
Oh, I had sepsis. So it's a bacteria that goes straight to your organs and blood cells.
Oh, what the fuck?
So luckily they were able to catch it on time and flush it out.
Wait, how do you get sepsis?
Well, a year ago, it seems that I was developing gallstones.
Oh.
So I changed my diet, but I didn't know. I just decided to change my diet. So because I changed my diet, my body was flushing out the stones. However, the remainder of the crystals got stuck in my gallbladder. So over time, it turned into bacteria. And bacteria went all over my body and just like snaps of the fingers. It took me out, going pre-coma, losing my memory.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Shit. So, yeah. That's
God damn, see
So
that?
I was going to ICU, and like I said, I was in the hospital for like almost like a month.
So if you would have caught that, you would have gone earlier. They probably just got removed your gallbladder or something, right? Or the stones. Cause I know.
Pretty much.
My son's mom, she had her gallbladder removed at one point, but she had like issues with gallstones too and shit, dude.
It ain't no joke.
Yeah, so hers they had to remove it, dude. That shit was crazy.
Oh, I was in pain before I collapsed, cause I collapsed.
Oh shit.
So I was in tremendous pain.
Oh, wow.
But what I didn't know was that I caught sepsis.
Oh,
That
shit.
bacteria is a deadly.
deadly.
If I'm not mistaken,
If you don't get it right away, yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, I think what's his name? Venezuela from the Dodgers.
Is that what he died from?
Yeah, from sepsis.
Oh, wow. Shit. Damn. Listen,
But like I said, that's the reason why I'm
glad-
happy to be here.
I'm
right now,
glad
as we
they
speak.
caught it and you're still here, brother. Cause I know we've lost a lot of hip hop brethren in the last couple years and shit, dude. And that hit hard.
I do want to make this strong statement because there's one thing I did learn from my experience. We should never ever ignore our bodies.
Nope.
If we feel something's wrong, jump on it.
Yeah.
Because like you said, we have a lot of our people that ain't here.
Yeah, and honestly, yeah, like even me, I've been trying to, like I said, go in the gym more. I'm even like not drinking as much. I'm not, I'm trying to cut certain things out of my diet. You know what I mean? It is hard, but you know what I mean. It's just at this age, and like I said, when you look around and seeing a lot of people from what they passed away, and so many of our people, it's been health issues, and some people didn't even know, until like it was too late. You know what I mean? And even now, it's a time, where I even try to. Well, I was on it a little bit more, but I should start jumping on them when I was booking regular checkups. You know what I'm saying? Like with doctors and finding out.
We ain't getting no younger.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, you never know. And
it's time to get a prostate exam.
And that's another thing I really got to consider. I'm actually at that age.
They were saying that once you hit 50, they said once you hit 50, you need the finger in the butt, get the prostate exam.
Now you don't have to do that no more.
But now it has to be 45.
But you don't have to get a finger in the butt no more.
No, there's no finger in the butt no more.
No, they can do it through your blood.
Oh, what?
You weirdo.
Hell yeah.
What you into?
Packy was all like waiting for it. He's all like, I'm ready.
I'll pay extra for the finger in the butt.
I was ready to flush my poop out and make sure that there's no poop on the doctor's finger. You know what I mean? But now you got like this shit. You got to do shit more earlier now than what people thought.
Yeah.
Like homie said, do not ignore what your body tells you.
Yeah.
If something wasn't there or I've never done that before, get it fucking checked.
Yeah, real talk.
Cause you might end up in a fucking coma, or worse.
But like I said, damn, it feels good being seeing you guys.
Oh,
yeah,
it was good.
Wow,
yeah. Shit.
And it's like, you know what I mean? Now hearing that story, to see you here now, that you even appreciate it more, because it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, there was one artist, shots out, rest in peace, my man Darkside, but it's crazy. We saw him like maybe a month before he passed.
I didn't even know that he was sick, bro. I had no idea.
Yeah, we had no idea. Like, you would have never guessed. He still looked the same. Weight was, the same as always been. And we were talking about booking him in here. So we were like, we ran into him real quick, and then we were like, okay, yeah, we're going to get you. We even, I think, set up a date for him. It was like and then, he passes. So it's, you never know. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
but man,
give it up
to our late homies. Yeah, hip hop homies.
Hell yeah.
All our hip hop homies out there, man. You know what I mean? It's like,
they may be gone, but physically gone, but
they still with us.
They're still with us,
and with their music
gone, but
that
never
they left,
forgotten.
and whether it be their voices or whatever scratches or mixes they put out or beats they made, they still with us alive. So it's like,
let's believe it.
Like I said, EQ's hella still alive with me with cuts that he produced for us, and
That's
you know
a beast,
what I mean?
EQ.
Collaborations he did, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, say with Gaja, say with Deucer, Post-Tone,
Vision,
everybody, man.
Vision.
You know what I mean? Vision.
Can't forget Vision.
You know what I mean? A lot of these people, DJ Trauma.
Post-Tone.
Post-Tone.
Post-Tone died a long time ago, but he hasn't been forgotten, man.
None of them.
None of them, dude. We just got to do is just keep the memories alive and just keep on telling the stories that we remember about him, and they would never die.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But on another note, we were talking about boom boxes, and how you say you have what, 30?
Close to 30.
Close to 30, and I'm like, oh shit, that's a lot. Apparently, there's somebody out there with 500 fucking boombox collection out there,
man. Bro. When DJ Cash Money, the OG DJ Cash Money, when he showed me the video of his basement, he's going 360. Oh shit, I was a wall to wall, nothing but boomboxes. 500 boomboxes. Wow. I'm like, damn. And I'm thinking 30 is a lot.
What made you get into being like collecting boomboxes? I mean, I can appreciate a boombox, but I'm not gonna be like, hey yo, I'm gonna start collecting boomboxes.
Well, I was on a mission, on a hunt, because if anybody knows me, I'm straight passionate about our old school. And when I mean old school, I'm talking about like the 80s era. And, and boombox, those particular ghetto blasters boomboxes, they play a huge role.
Yeah.
In the 80s. Who didn't have a boombox in the 80s?
Exactly.
So I wanted to have something from I wanted to have a boombox from the 80s. I was on the mission. I'm looking for a Sonic TRC 931. Took me years to find one. I was all beat up. Found one. I had my boy to give it a little touch on it, make it nice, make it look brand new. And then I had this one cat, my homie Lowe's. he hit me up. He's like, yo, man, I see you posting up pictures with your boombox. You know, shoot through at Venice Beach. You know, there's a few of us, you know, we collect boomboxes. Shoot through. I went. Sure enough, everybody had a boombox. You know, after talking to a few, that's when I learned, like, oh, shit, they still got boomboxes out there.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on the hunting. And found one, another, and another, and I just got addicted.
Now, what is your thought on obviously, like you say, you're passionate about the old school. What is your thought on the new boomboxes that have the newest thing, like USB ports and all that stuff in there?
Okay, so obviously you got there's like two. You got one that it is like the boombox. It is shaped like an old school. And then you got some others that is actually an actual boombox that has all the outlets. Like it has the cassette tape player.
Yeah.
It has a CD. And then of course it has for the Bluetooth, the USB.
Yeah, and the old school boomboxes didn't have CDs or, you know, Bluetooth and all that.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
You know,
For the exception of speakers, you know, the sounds is like, eh.
Yeah.
But
so if you really
love
want one that's really gonna be booming and booming, you probably would suggest a real like classic from back in the day.
oh, of course, ain't nothing,
You know what I mean?
ain't nothing better
Yeah.
than the OGs.
You know. Speaking of boom boxes, and like I said, probably one of my favorite tats I got is of
Ooh.
a specific boom box actually.
Do the right thing.
From Do the Right Thing, it's Radio Raheem's boom box, and the reason why I actually got that one tatted specifically was well, there was a couple reasons. In the movie, he's only playing the song "Fight the Power."
Yeah.
That's the only song he's playing. Yeah. When I first got into hip hop, although it wasn't that song, but it was from that album that was one of the first few albums I had got that got me into hip hop, like "Fear of a Black Planet." It was "Fear of a Black Planet,"
And not because of that movie, because of Ray Rahim.
No. It was actually because of a friend of mine. Actually, back in the day, used to say when I would bust up, I would laugh really hard, and it was like a crackle laugh. He says, "Dude, you laugh like this dude named Flavor Flav from Public Enemy." Because I'd be like, so he played me the song "I Can't Do Nothing for You, Man." And at the end, when he's like, he starts busting up, and you hear the dude like,
Yeah.
and then that's how I actually got into him. Like, he played me this, because before that, you know, my older brother played a lot of like metal music, like 80s rock and stuff. So, my neighbor's the one that got me into Public Enemy, and then one of my cousins around the same time played me Straight Outta Compton. So those were like the first two.
And I actually have that boombox. From Radio Rahim. Yeah, the Texanic.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, so I specifically got it tatted for that reason, and because since Radio Rahim was he was killed by the police in the movie.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert to anybody who didn't see it. Sorry, but y'all just saw it. That came out like in '89.
He killed? He gets killed?
fuck?
I didn't know that.
Come on, it came out in '89. Like,
Why you gotta ruin it for me? I haven't seen the movie.
Almost 40 years.
If you haven't seen the movie right now, then you deserve that spoiler alert. That's like a classic right there. But when he gets killed by the police, and for many years I worked with October 22nd Coalition, so I was part of like a fight against police brutality. So a lot of it was also an ode to that, since you know Radio Rahim was killed by the police. So yeah, that was like my reason for getting his specifically, like, you know, tatted. You know, I was like, okay, that's the one I got to get on my arm.
And see, in the boombox, that's actually kind of like is one of the reasons of the introductions that led me to hip hop. You know, cause
So you got into the boombox before you got into hip hop.
oh yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
you know. So I'll tell this story how I got into hip hop. You know, the way I got into hip hop was that it's not. You guys ever seen this question? You know, what song made you get in love with hip hop?
Only Said by Mos Def.
Right?
Oh wait, no, I'm lying. It was Traveling Man by Mos Def.
But that question goes around.
Oh yeah.
Well, with me, it's not what I heard; it's what I saw. It's more of a vision. So,
boombox.
at the time, back in the 80s, I was living in Crenshaw District, right there in Pico and Northern.
Yeah.
So in those apartments, we had a walk-through closet, and I used to play in that walk-through closet. You know, not in that, you know, eerie way. So I'm hearing music, and I look through the window, And I'm seeing my neighbors, and they're spinning on the floor. What they were doing is they were b-boying.
B-boying, yeah.
And then they were pop locking, and then they had a boombox playing the music.
Yeah.
And I was just gravitated. I was like, yo,
Okay.
what's that? What are they playing? Not knowing, that was b-boying and pop locking.
So were you more intrigued by the boombox than the b-boying, or was the b-boying more intriguing than the boombox?
It was a combination of everything. From the boombox, because obviously my parents had a boombox. They had a Kanyan C1100. It was a great boombox. I don't know if you guys ever seen one. Similar to what LL used to carry around.
Yeah.
LL Cool J. So seeing a boombox and seeing my neighbors spinning around, pop locking, the music. The next day, I decided to, I was just only a kid. I was only 5 years old.
Yeah.
We're talking about 85.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we're the same age, bro. You're born in 80, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
81. Right
81.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
All about 81, homie.
we're 80s hip hop heads.
80. Gee.
So that's what made me fall in love with the boomboxes, because it takes me back. Every time I look at my boomboxes, I start reminiscing about the good old days in the 80s.
Uh-huh.
Because I used to break, I used to pop.
So what made you want to start being a DJ?
My homies, I started kicking it with in 2000s. Because at that time I was doing street team for the radio station like Iguana.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was heavily involved in that scenery.
Oh,
And I
crazy.
got some crazy stories.
Ah, bet you do. Okay, buena.
With the K-Buena. And it got, it was cool, because I do like norteño music, but it's not really me.
Yeah.
Hip hop. That's who I am.
Yeah.
So I was sort of away from the hip hop scene, because I was so occupied with La Que Buena, and then the reggaeton came in, and again I was promoting with certain people for the reggaeton, so I was involved in that scenery. It was getting boring. Then I ran into an old school homie. He's like, "Yo, man, come chill with us." And I went to their spot, and it was certain people that I used to know back in high school. And I was like, cool, and they were all DJs.
Oh, dope.
And week after week, just being around them homies, I was like, yo, you know what? I gotta give this a shot, because I'm falling in love. The whole cutting and slicing and mixing and blending. And I decided to get myself some turntables. And what's funny is that my first turntables was a DJ in the box. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
DJ, you guys remember
Yeah.
DJ in the box?
I was one of those.
It was a box set. They had turntables.
It was always like belt driven, not velvet driven. Yeah, belt
Yeah,
driven.
it was a bed drive. Fader sucks though. They're
was
fucking super stiff.
super stiff.
You gotta pump some iron in order to move that damn
But it
fader.
got you by, bro.
Yeah, I did.
Got the trick done.
And that's, well,
That?
there you go. That's the
I wanted one of those so bad.
DJ in the box.
I would always look it up. I know I would always look it up, and I always try to convince my dad to buy me one, but I could never get one.
In a
were like-
box.
Three bills,
3 bills, 2 3 bills.
something like that.
For belt driven, you get a direct drive for like 500.
Yeah,
I had
they're
an-
cheap, but
Hey, but that's a good start, you know what I'm saying, to start off with too. You said, just, that build up, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, it didn't last long because I was like, man, fuck this. I need some techniques.
Real
yeah,
ones.
yeah.
Real ones. I had an ex-girlfriend who one time bought me okay.
Lost audio.
Yeah, it was humming. I don't know if you were hearing it.
No, I actually got the no sounds on my headphones.
Oh, okay.
Rock Phenom says, peace, class.
Oh, what up?
Peace, class.
Yeah.
Hey, no, I was saying, I had an ex-girlfriend who one time she bought me turntables and speakers. I don't know where she fucking bought them from. I forgot. But after we broke up, I ended up getting, because I wasn't using them. It was just in my room.
Getting back.
I was more into being an MC than being a DJ. I just found being a DJ very complicated, like with the mixing and the blending and all that. Like that's like so. But what I ended up doing, me and my ex ended up deciding, because we were breaking up, is we ended up donating them to somebody at I think it was Juice Crew. It was when they were holding like those Black Book events and everything in a church.
Yeah, I remember.
Was that Juice Crew?
Yeah, it was right there, like in Koreatown, right?
Yeah,
yeah. Park area.
So there was a spot that me and her used to go because she was into graffiti, and I used to be like just loving the hip hop scene, and I forgot who it was that we befriended, and we just told her, hey, we got some turntables and speakers we're not using. Like, you guys want them? You want to sell it to us? Like, no, we just want to give it to you guys.
Dude, then I wouldn't be surprised if I use those tables.
Probably.
I remember Fresh from Ellie Breakers.
Oh shit!
He invited me to juice event.
Yeah, he probably did shit. But yeah, dude, like I appreciate the DJ, the art, and the skills, but I couldn't do it. I found out I was better at being an MC, so I gravitated that way.
You know, what's the trip is that if you guys remember in the '80s, nobody did just one thing.
Yeah.
Either you were MCing, DJing, b-boying. You know, b-boying, MCing.
Yeah.
Or MCing, DJing, b-boying, and writing.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Everybody was doing everything.
Everything, yeah.
Now, do you think beatboxing is considered one of the elements?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
There's some
It
people
should
that
have been the fifth element, to be honest with you.
I know some people don't consider it a fifth element. Like, what do you mean? It's part of fucking hip hop. Like, I've had conversations with people about that. Like, how can you not consider something like, beatboxing as an element of the culture?
People try to put it together with the MC, but no, because if you're gonna have a battle, you're not gonna have an MC battle a beatboxer. You're gonna have them each in their own category, doing their own battles or doing their own competition. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I mean?
So we're gonna say that guys like Dougie Fresh, he ain't hip hop. He was beatboxing. Bismarck King, beatboxing, so he ain't hip hop. Oh,
yeah,
man,
to me that's the fifth element, and that's all there is to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
Shoot,
like,
even Dub C used to beatbox before he was MCing.
yeah. So it's
I forget the name of the record where he's on it, but he used to beatbox. So yeah, no, definitely. In fact, who was it? Was it Grandmaster Kaz or Karis who I had a discussion with? And they said that, they should have considered beatboxing the fifth element and knowledge afterwards.
yeah, because I've heard a lot of people break it down into like 7 elements or 8 elements. Like, because I've heard knowledge being one of them. I think spirituality even comes into play. Like people that really get deep into it. I've seen that posted. But
Yeah, well, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Karis One who came out with the Bambata, but Karis One added more to it with his tempo of hip hop.
yeah,
Don't quote me, I could be wrong.
yeah, because I know.
But it was definitely Bambata that came out with the whole fifth element.
Yeah, of beatboxing, right?
I don't
No,
like that
he
guy.
came out with the elements of MCing, DJing, b-boying, graffiti, and then knowledge.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But they should have added beatboxing.
Do you still listen to his music?
Bambata? Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't tripping on none of that shit. I'm gonna keep it a buck here, All right, so here's the thing, though. Them dudes, them New York cats, if that was their get down, that was their get down.
But the thing is that they were minors.
They were okay. That fool Bambata was young. He was like he would have been like what? He was like
He's been in
what?
his 20s.
Early 20s.
Yeah.
And everybody else was
Like
they were
16,
teenagers,
17.
16.
That's minor.
Yeah, but dude, I was 16. Ain't no fucking way. If some dude would be like, "Yo, man," come, I'm like, man,
Fuck you up.
I don't care who you are. I wouldn't care who you are. Like, hey, nah, man, fuck that. Like,
Like, this is what I tell people: you can never take away what Bambata did for the culture. You can never take that away. But to me, I stopped being a fan after all that shit happened. But I still respect what he did for the culture.
well, it's like this. I still listen to R. Kelly. Do
Yeah,
I
me too.
do I agree with what he did? No. Do I?
You never
think-
peed on a girl phone?
Well, if she was an adult, fine, and she was with it, fine. But if you're doing it with kids, no. And
yeah, she
he's
was a minor.
and he's in jail now, so it's like, you know what I'm saying. He's paying the price for all that shit. So I feel like
Me, this is
You know
my
what I'm
take.
saying?
If it's or like Bambata, like them dudes, right? To me, I'm like, damn fellas, handle your business. Do what you guys gotta do.
yeah,
You know what the fuck that has to do with us?
yeah.
You know, R. Kelly, same thing. Them young hoochies. Don't just keep it a buck. They're groupies.
Yeah.
You know, and they'll do anything. I mean, anything. And R. Kelly, yeah, he's wrong on that. You know, there was a time, you know, we all had groupies, you know.
Shit, I never had a
age,
groupie.
You know, we take advantage. You
I
know,
don't-
like, shit,
I don't know
come
what
on,
that
girl. As we get older, of course, you know, we start, you know.
Man, I don't know what it was like having a groupie, fool. I never had groupies.
I don't believe you.
Me neither. Ain't no.
I
freaking way.
actually, I think Packy does as the weed man.
Yeah, I can see
I
that.
believe Packy has groupies. He
Oh.
might not realize it yet, but he does.
Perhaps,
Probably.
you know, a couple of honeys, you know, scooping you out, and
I
I'm here
mean-
trying to spit game, and I'm being shined off, and
One that was kind of a groupie, but we ended up hooking up, like being together. Was you remember Jade?
Yeah, I remember Jay.
Yeah, cause she didn't start talking to me until like when I went on stage and she saw me rocking on stage, and she started, "Hey, yeah, what's up, dude?" And slowly, you know, like, shit, what up?
nah, but the whole BAM, I'm just in it for like, you know, the whole Soul Sonic Force music.
Oh no, yeah, the
You
music
know,
was
I
dope.
still gotta give the man his due, because when he came up with the term hip hop. He's the one they brought all the elements together.
Yeah.
You know, at
I mean,
the-
that's something we can
his-
never take away from him. You know, like I said.
But
that was
other
cool,
than that,
Herc.
anything outside of hip hop.
I thought it was
just
cool.
look at it
Herc
like
who
that.
coined the phrase hip hop at the block party.
It was Bambata.
Really? Oh shit.
Yeah, he was inspired by guys like Cowboy
Uh-huh.
and Love
Love
Star
Sparsky. Yep.
and I'm missing one more, and DJ Sinbad.
DJ Sinbad.
Yeah, they used to use the
Hip
term hip, hippity hip.
Hip.
Rock
Huh.
says, as a DJ, it's hard for me to play them guys that fucked me up like that. Because, but I don't want to believe the MJ shit. Speaking of Rock Phenom, it's about time we about
Bro,
to go
if
into
we
the
have
set.
to give up a couple of kids to get Planet Rock.
Yo, okay, so
Okay.
I remember.
There was Planet Rock, bro. What are we gonna do about that?
Let me-
Those kids were doomed anyways. Anyway.
There you go. Now, okay, so the Planet Rock. I remember I went to go pick up DJ Mark Love, and we were talking about.
Shout out to DJ Mark Love.
Yeah, what up, Marky? You know,
Yeah.
that's Grudge the Bear. So we had the discussion in the car, and this one he resigned Zulu, and he was telling me about BAM, you know, and how everybody out here, you know, how they feel about BAM, and I was telling Mark, man, we don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Bless you.
You know, if that would have happened to, you know, to one of our, you know, ladies out here, you know, we're gonna handle some business. So let them fools handle that shit. And he'll get mad because, you know, because he wouldn't believe that he'll dispute that fools out here actually do, you know, care. I'm like, depends who you're asking.
Yeah.
Like, you're asking some real street cats, they're gonna tell you they don't give a fuck. So we went to he went to the OG's proper picnic. A bunch of, you know, OG fools.
Yeah.
Man, they dropped Planet Rock. Everybody was getting busy. I looked at Mark Love with a smile. So Mark, and he just shook his hand, smiling. I'm like, I told you. You know, the
Yeah.
music part, we're gonna keep on jamming to Planet Rock.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
What he did, hey homie, that's on you.
Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is, man. So,
Same thing for R. Kelly. I'm so jamming to R. Kelly.
Yeah.
You know, would I shake the man's hand and say what's up to him? Yeah, I'm like, yo, what's up, man? Well, I look at him like, damn, dude, you fucking freaky.
Yeah.
Of course.
What about Diddy?
Well, see, I don't really listen to Diddy, so it's a little easier for me to.
You never listen to Diddy?
I
You can't say
listen
you
to
never
some.
listen to like the ones with him and Biggie.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Actually, no. You know what? This is what it is. I do listen to probably. Yeah, of course, Biggie, Craig Mack. I do listen to like a lot of like Total, 112, Carl Thomas, Faith Evans. So yeah, I mean, there it would be hard to kind of, because it's like he was involved with a lot of these great projects in hip hop and R&B. As far as his music himself, maybe if we're at a 90s party and someone throws on Diddy and Mace, okay, I'll probably party with it, nostalgia. I won't go play it like in the car or nothing like that, but
What about the one song with him and Faith Evans for Biggie?
You know what I mean? It was cool.
He never made his own beats. He always got beats from somebody else, right? What did he do for hip hop?
He basically had the idea.
He wasn't a real good rapper.
He told somebody, "I want you to sample this." And that's how he took the but somebody else did the work.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. If you could touch this real quick, because I really want to. I'm really glad you brought this up. All right, so for the past, I say decade, we somehow the concept of producing got misinformed. So people forget that producing doesn't really mean that you make beats. Mm-hmm. Producing is putting the song together. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, let's take Dr. Dre for prime example. Dre does some of the beats, but he has a production team, they help make the beats. So Dre, what he does is he comes in
and puts it together.
And he tells them, what he wants.
And that's what Diddy did.
Yeah, and that's what Diddy did. And that's okay. Large Pro, which album it is? I think it's the main source. He's not really behind the beats, but he's behind the producing it.
Putting the pieces together.
Yeah. Same thing for like Daz. Sometimes, he'll have others make the beat. Okay. So when he has a beat, he'll just, see what goes in, what goes out, and who's the right person to jump on this beat.
Okay.
So that's what Dre does. Okay. So a lot of people they're trying to take credit away from Dre because they think that producing is making beat, and it's not. Beat making is beat making.
We're talking about Diddy.
Yeah, same thing we did. Yeah. Same thing we did. For example, like the Juice from Biggie.
Yeah.
That beat is P-Rock.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of shit that's...
But Diddy's the one that had the idea.
Who produced it.
Told him, sample this song, and maybe here or there probably would have...
Yeah, so whatever,
So P-Rock did it, so that's why...
P-Rock made the whole beat. Diddy, he probably, added his extra touch to it.
Yeah.
And obviously he had like, Biggie telling him how to flow it a certain way.
Yeah. So there you go.
It is time for Rock Phenomen's set.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick smoke break, dab break.
No, we're not.
I am. All right. So we'll see you guys in a bit.
No, we won't.
When we see the ocean, we figure we're home. We're safe. We're free.
Bitches. All right.
Oh, I didn't have no...
I just like doing things like that.
Live to the fullest. Yeah. Live up. Enjoy your life.
life, man. Yeah, I want you live to the fullest, prosper abundantly. I want the same thing for you that I want for me. No more struggle and live comfortably till I retire. Build an empire for all the younger G's. Divine lineage, Old Testament, read the scroll. Reach your goals, never forget what the teacher told.
You can't put a crown on a clown and expect a king. The money is filthy, but our hands are clean. Only dead men know the end of war. Think deep, don't sink, shrimp come from the core. It ain't hard to tell who you pattern after. Look up my back, I'm a ball master. I wear the 40 like part of my fit. You could get hit, customize the back for your shit.
Yeah, succeed through the struggles. Believe there's some people who love you, and I'll be right there. You need a shoulder just to lean on. Got trouble, guaranteed that the G gon' come through. And if you're ever going through it, stress thinking that you're about to lose it, you know the math, don't hesitate to use it. Put it work with your niggas, want the smoke, let's do it. Always wanna see us win, never lose, never lose.
I never talk street shit over the phone. Without love, a house is not a home. Your failure's not my success. No, it's progress in your process. See me, I'm a man of respect. Catch me in the park with your pops getting raps. Yeah, Elamina's the Don Dada. My youngest smoke the Zaza. Mix it with the grabber.
I want you.
Now play for but must be popping junk with the pistol. Sweating because I'm ready to get ready to pull a fistful of extinction, reaching quicker than trigger seeking. To send a flurry of bullets sinking deep and I blessed and reaping. The props cause they pop, lots of mops, head drops, dead blocks. A cop eager ready to lick the shots, not ready to kick the pot. So I flip flop and then I vanish. Managed to escape by the skin of my teeth and then say damn, it's a shame. The brain is washed to the point where the savage beats. I rest in peace simply for who I am. It's insanity. Why can't there be a resolution? I ask you, no answer. So fuck it, the next time my life is threatened, I'll last you. Packing a black steel, making a max feel pain and fear. As I smear blood from butts shots through the brain. Pump, pump, pump. Instead do the bullets pump as they bust past your ears and begin drilling into your cranium. Not a gangbanging crack slinger, never done had a rep kid. Get sweating, frequently see me in step with intent to kill, spilling your blood for your sins. Defense my livelihood, cause rivals could bring ends to my useful bliss. Twisting a trigger, gun and fist twist. Bullets to the vital organs in order to assist in your death. Your last breath having spasms as I catch them. The idea is demonic and the thought is surely sad and not a murderer. Ensuring the longevity of my life. How live and let live, kill if I must like that.
I give it all I got, that's all I got to give. Yo, you gotta live and let live. I give it all I got, that's all I got to give. Yo, you gotta live and let live.
Yeah, from Dakota, North Dino, you know how we go. Yeah. I'ma let y'all know a little something. I don't sell sacks to get a stack per verse. And ain't no talking coming back if you ain't matching a purse. So please don't get it twisted, I'm still into the verse play. When it's hard to move switches when verse pays. I'm into making dollars and I'm into making sense. But it's hard to make a dollar or a cent when you are sentenced. Being illegal, I'll be regal with my penmanship. Endangered eagle yet to be on the list. Like Jet Li on the kick, if I ain't the one, he don't exist. I'm only cocky when she swallowed it. I all kill the industry and make them swallow my that won't stop till you at least ask to borrow my because it's doo-doo, baby. What you do's gravy, but ain't enough to move communities to some safety. If you're shaky with the pen or the pistol, then don't start. Got a full clip and both your move chooses the mark like that. And it's the way that I live. Left corner to the people getting it how it is. Wrote a little song about it. If you like to hear it, say it goes. Song about it. If you like to hear it, if it goes. Spitting is the way that I live. Left the corner to the people getting it how it is. Wrote a little song about it. If you like to hear it, say it goes. Song about it. If you like to hear it, say it goes. I don't sell sex to these that. Ain't no time coming back.
Yo, I'm every
MC. See, it's all in me. That's the way it is. It's where you gotta be. Indeed, as I distort, I proceed and leave, getting hotter than sacks of boom in my room at the Ramada. For tanks in your memory banks to fill up, I provide the static and scratch the match while you catch the vibe. Most can play high post, but yo, that don't mean shit. Because my click can make a motherfucker sick. I flip, running through port, coming to New York to mix. Bob Copper with the snares and kicks to fix. Rhythmatically, you got to be staticky. Magically, I appear. Spark a L and drink a beer with air smooth. Taking niggas loot with dice to shoot the roots. Poetic, courageously kinetic, vagabonds, versatile and various. Trust rap styles of mine, a blunt. Pain is in the mind, so I'm finding 5'7" in height. My mission is strike mics and lightning tights, frightening like lightning. Fluorescent, incandescent, effervescently I represent foreign objects and ill elements, very relevant. Plus intelligently managing matter that's making tracks fatter. Revolve around, Saturn like rings and bring swings. When I stings with bass, then distort up in your face like lace. Busting your dreams like gas with loaded magazines. I'm on a rap scene, repelling fellas like a vaccine. As I rise from under blundering, I'm not lyrically, you get shot, get caught. So just talk with thought for real. It's the illest out the fire, short for Philadelphia fly. Money making move faking, I isn't. Niggas cannot front, I'm poetically exquisite. Wicked with the visit while you're wondering what is it. Dig it, yo, my mellow, I'm with up for the night. Malik B, get on the mic like that, y'all. Hey, yo, I'm flowing. My part of the song, it's going, it's going, it's going.
Ain't well elegant, more medicine. Baby. Ain't well elegant, more medicine, miracle. Past two perennials, pointed side with a terrible. Graveyard football, sound guy, very sight. Batman, Earth Slam, Joker to the pins tonight. Matt Black Dynamite, blast radios, black radio. Core capability, Flocko facility. Fly guy, do or die, bed style, energy, simplify. BEY, these hoes hilarious, with cardiac serious. Cardiac tank top, blow the central bank up. Told where you bank truck, nah baby, it ain't luck. Days without a wave, we prayed and we made one. See the God graces with flavors and fountains. X amount of mountains, X amount is countless. The wizard is a fraud, what you afraid for? Saw a lot of thunder, no rainfall. Keynote considered glowing, give the geometric shoe 11.
Stars of the story got 'em moving different. Goofy niggas, the hate be in their jeans like it's their true religion. If it isn't love, it must be new edition. Fly guys, now we don't believe the superstitious. Superman and man see through the system with my supervision. Powerful, the spirit will grab you like tabernacle. The voice of the people, keep it deeper than an Adam's apple. Yeah, even more than before. I said what I said, cause I saw what I saw. Son swore he ain't the voice, but always calling the law. I got him acting unhinged like a door on the floor. Yeah, I'm never silent, always speaking up. Personally, I find this shit cowardly. Niggas weak as fuck, no justice, no peace, too much. Can never be enough. Louder than the bomb, and we turning up till the speakers bust. Living on the road, mama framing my tour poster. Stay away from these industry agents, they all vultures. Breaking up these toys cause they faking the small soldiers. I don't know why they do it, but it can't be for the culture. Claiming La Costa Nostra, me in love with the coca. They hit niggas with the Rico, way people put it in cola. Generational wealth, they standing on their ancestors' shoulders after burning down Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Hey yo, call your messenger hanging off your shoulder. Laying on the bunk screaming 3 Vince sober. And 3-man shells rocking 3 men. Catch you in the shower, nigga, keep playing. My shit feel like it's Illmatic again. My favorite fiend with the rehab. 2 weeks later, he was back at attic again. He was $3 shorts, had a dragon from the binge wagon again. Crashed and brought another toy. Did him chores, chef, lover boy. Everybody know my thing, burn clean. Fendi sweatpants, got the Mac on the drawstring. My nigga hit me just to say he got the biggest lock in Orleans. I had a 38 or 14. Eric got a Pancho Blanco. So much coke he had to get the baking soda from Costco's. My shooter sniffing coke like John Bones. Man, Tri-color Jacob with the time zones. Get your hella from my bloom. Stylist picked it out with the eyes closed. Gucci house with the rhinestones. When you see the red wagon, you know it's happening. Desert in the Dunhill, niggas know it's bragging. Red shows on the loops, I'm a soul assassin. Hopped out at Corbone, all the cameras flashing. Hopped out at Corbone, all the bitches grabbing. Bitches love the fly guard, all these niggas capping. LV snapback with the crystals backwards.
I take racks to the
pinnacle in my cynical interview. Forensics magnify the rhymes, none are identical. React to the track when it go boom, boom, back. Bring the Indian rain rap so I can remain in touch. Johanna, the last left brain. Rhyme of my presence on the mic is water on the rocks in the sauna. Lyrical scenery, an inhabited world of greenery. And plus my psychic ability enables me to see that you're not what you seem to be. The profile styles, then cliffs on the Grand Canyon. When I drop one, watch one land where your man standing. Might just brand my hand with your teeth, but I'm righteous. Carnivorous animals bite this. I give you a spot to start at, right there. Don't niggas be like, you saw that, you like where? Subconscious brain pain, call it a nightmare. Now that I got you seeing the light, stare. Yeah, this aiming dead into your retina, not to threaten you, but just let me know. Is it hot or not? Shoot the shot you got. If not, rock the spot. Straight we can stand in the water and can't get wet. That squad always got some fly shit on that.
Hey, Sonic, what's up with that money grip? Yeah, I get hip to my tune and yo, watch me flip the master, the ultimate funk freaker. I'm unique, I got soul on my sneaker. I don't female with the fat tail. I never like college, so yo, fuck yeah. If you don't know me by now, I'm Puerto Rican.
When the track be creeping, she be freaking when she speaking.
The bad mama jammer, still busting grammar. Fuck the bullshit, let's get legit. Yes, me the hurricane, yo, I pack the skills. So I keep on stepping like I'm doing drills. Pop 1, 2, charge a large, goddamn. So don't fuck around with the jam. Sit back, relax, niggas, and watch me kick it. Don't flex in my pocketbook, I back the biscuit. I blow your ass up. How's that? Now peep the size of my gap. I'm gas, a motherfucker kiss my ass. My whole ass, my tight, big, fat, old ass.
Hell motherfucking yeah. We run this motherfucker. Hell motherfucking yeah. The mad matador metaphor emerges like traffic. Not having it, bashing your style, something drastic. Biblically, theoretically, practically speaking, who? Wanna step in the helmet around with a death squad crew? I shoot the gift like Swiss, drinking no English. Nigga, you wish you had a style, more distinguished than this. Piss ain't the word, so observe how I break your flow down to a science and kick it to the curb. First hand dirt and jungle poetry. You see me, G, we or E, is something out this anatomy. Found the words of motherfucking technology. And we out.
I swear you got some nerve coming from my door. With the same sad face, trying to see if we can talk it through. You see, I really don't know what you came in for. Run, let her run.
Yeah. Back and forth, back and forth. I spent more money than any man could afford. So leave your plans at the door. Compromise where neither one decides. We can both explore. We should already know the score. Playing games, trying to lock me down, but why am I so insecure? You keep on bringing up my worst mistakes. Let them bake, then just throw them in my face like birthday cake. We go up and down, up and down. I never really had a good reason to fuck around. Still I'm drifting with the tide, never to be found in this ocean of the waves of emotion about to drown. Is it you or your hormones? Lord knows, took clothes from my wardrobe. Now there's all holes in my shit, and she's telling me that it's over. I like, tell me that when you're sober. Crazy ass fuck.
You see, I really don't know what you came in for. Run, let her run.
Yo, we fight every night, argue when we wake up. Never miss my fish, yeah, we kiss, yeah, we wake up.
Valid here. Pretty dirty. I'm the kind of captain to be up to 7:30. Pounding on a stack, but because I'm dirty, I want it like that. Don't act like you never heard me. The durable derby. Set me off a new lunch. I'm looking for cool fun. Can't stop and go around me like a school bus. I'm conspicuous. I got adjectives. I'm mellifluous. The beautiful. Listen, I got everything under control in this. Patrolling this. People cold like a ditch. I have to warm it up. I'm microwaving this. Listen, I might behave in this way. Despite what you think, I might be saving the day. Turn on the light by the sink. I do what I gotta, I do what I have to, I do what I wanna. Y'all get up and on when so many ways you can communicate something clearly, concise. We got some ideals here to make it sound nice. Assembled here is a crew of MCs who've been known to put it down with the microphone.
I wanted to give you a little piece of my mind, but couldn't intertwine the words. Verbs and adjectives blurred together and I slurred and stuttered, blurted out some bullshit, got flustered, feeling like a buster cause I had so much to say. I must display my 2 cents. The tied tongue's a nuisance, I couldn't speak. So what's the true sense of language? It can't express my pain and anguish solely. That's why my ASR is holy.
Judging by the actions of our listeners' reactions to the thinking cap strapped on morale that motivates me is the passion. Demonstrates me thinking first, analyze and break it down. My privilege to converse with. Limiting your thistles, it would seem rather simple, but language in itself suppresses human mental windows. If all of y'all heeded all the calls from your thoughts, we could probably save the world, a world not so lost.
I speak knowledge, organic thought that was brought to abolish ebonics. Ironic twist of the story now placed in a category of speech in the scholastic realm they teach ignorance. They give us a pinch of language to rinse away the demonic days and stays in the minds of children confined that have no ancestral traits. But the cry of spit people on my plate, I have a day with the bow, jump over the moon. I isn't gonna be doomed in a class with a teacher from the Charlie Brown cartoons.
Common knowledge backs up the rumors, taking the slack up through twos. That your consumer attitude is outdated. Stated by the massive trend of men who snatch pens to collect, scratch, and match friends with superstar fakers. Supposed Quakers of birth, more like a Quaker hoe. Some claim to shake the earth but can't seem to rock the boat. I take notes on possible spots to improve stage presence, mic demeanor, and style to fit the move with the groove that I'm in. I assume 9 times out of 10 the listener listens close, taking most of the message when it floats across the boat.
I express my need for communication through a solid foundation. Me and that nigga stop serving any hip-hop abomination through a form of conversation. So fuck your interpretation of my improvisation. I put it in a language that's plain, couldn't be explained better in the Queen's English. I said there's not a man out that can serve me, and I mean this. Cause I mastered this bastard tongue from the street corners of which I hung to pick up slang from those who gang bang. Now I slang tapes to make my papes. I just unsigned and hella broke down the way that we communicate.
Oh.
White Susie for the Gucci, Monica Bellucci with the coochie. Yo, my bubble goose, Grey Goose, Hoochie. Slip my Uzi in the movies like a roof. Nigga, excuse me. She say my new Steve 2 in the pro. I say new freak, Henny in the 2-liter coat. Put the roach out, niggas still doing it though. They tryna move keys better than the P and it's composed. She say my single put that tingle in her nose. On the coast where the summer is the season for the snow. Yeah, niggas say checking for blows. They send it though with the holes like X's and O's. I seen it all out my window watching asphalt grow. Reason my peoples keep a talking row. In Los Angeles, in the land where them cameras blow. The boss man even hustle hand in hand for the dough. Peroxide.
About to bubble like peroxide land in the cut.
I'm from CA, city of the ops. Bang forward like doors and DA. Heavy with the knock, nigga, you not fucking with the clique, get the cops. Shit, my sister beat the jury out the box. The block gon' smash for cash, you get robbed. Try and make bands like Slash above hash. Flash on the dance, talk trash, deal. Them hefty bags feel no cash. Yeah, she feel me on that field, nigga rap. For real, gold grill chain, every chant. The ill, pay back, go get a ranch. Now we pick the finest cotton off the racks. Relax, homie, still get the flashlight. I can see me taking pictures in the past life. Why I write it? Cause my mind right. You need iron like a bad die. Fucking with the west siders. Peroxide land.
We see the ocean, we figure we're home. We're safe.
Warmed up yet?
Oh, yeah. Mr. Rock. Phenomenal.
Yeah. Shouts out to Rock Phenom.
Hi, Rock.
Coming through with them fresh mixes. I wasn't able to pull it up right here for today, but I want to give a quick happy birthday shout out. Quick happy birthday shout out to the homie Zen from the Visionary.
Lord Zen. Writer's Block. Whoop, whoop.
Also, happy birthday shout out to Devin the Dude.
He's still alive?
Yeah, he's still. All these people are very much alive.
Okay.
Also, happy birthday to Chili Chill from the Lynch Mob. Also, happy birthday shout out to Jin.
Chili Chill, what's up, big homie?
Yeah.
I haven't spoken to that dude for a good minute.
It's his birthday today. And happy birthday shout out to Mike Moses. Also, I'm going to say today, June 4th in hip-hop history, we got the releases of, in 1996, we got the Lost Boys, Legal Drug Money. I remember buying that when it came out. It was the day after I graduated 8th grade, too, in fact. Definitely a classic album, their first album. Also, today in 1996, Delinquent Habits dropped their first album. Also, in 1996, Ice-T dropped 6, Return of the Real. And also in 1996, Digital Underground dropped Future Rhythm.
Future?
Now,
Rhythm.
in 2000, People Under the Stairs dropped OST. And also in 2000, Raucous Records presented Sound Bombing 3. So all these released on June 4th. So that's your today in hip-hop history.
Oh, we're forgetting one thing. One more.
Which one?
This is the very first hip-hop movie, cinema hip-hop movie. And it happens to be in the West Coast. Breaking.
That was released today?
Yep.
What?
Oh, okay. I'm going to have to post that. Okay.
Yeah, Breaking. 41 years.
40. It turns 41 today. So...
and like I said,
that's a
classic.
classic.
And whilst that is one, it's the first hip hop movie, but the movie that came out in theaters, the cinema movie, a future movie,
yeah,
Breaking, and then Beast Street came out afterwards.
Yep, I remember that. Fun fact about Breaking, Jean-Claude Van Damme has a cameo in it. He's kind of kicking out Venice Beach with the B-boys.
I have a funny story that I was told. So, for a brief moment, I was working with David Zito, the writer and producer of the movie Breaking.
Yeah.
It was released May 4th.
Was it? No.
Yeah. The movie Breaking was released in theaters on May 4th, 1984.
I could swear it was today.
You got the 4th, right? It's not June.
That could be it. Maybe it was just
It was... Yeah,
I'm sorry. I feel like I just broke.
I
feel like I just destroyed your entire childhood, dog. Like you feel like stuck. Like,
it's cool, So I don't mind being corrected when I'm wrong.
And I didn't do it to say you were wrong.
I'm glad, because still history.
It was just like a curiosity to me. Oh fuck, it is. It's just dope. Oh yeah, no, it's just May 4th.
Yeah, you're right, because the movie did come out in May, not in June. But the only reason I was saying today was because I was on the phone with somebody in the movie, and we were talking about the movie, and he said it.
Dope.
That's why it hit me. I was like, oh shit.
I mean, you're right. It was still released.
He's a hater.
It was still released. How many years ago? 40 what years ago? Huh?
Yeah, because it came out in 84.
Yeah, so that's
that part. So
all that was still correct. It was just a month. It was off by a month.
Way off.
Yeah. It wasn't like you were off by years. It was just a month.
A couple of weeks,
There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for Google, I probably would have, stuck with June 4th.
Hey, but you know what? Sometimes Google's wrong. And that I do know for a fact.
That is true. I have been correct.
Yeah, especially with AI now learning how to lie.
Big time.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, because there'll be certain things on Google and I'll get the confirmation from the people themselves, like, nah, that's wrong, that's way off.
Because I heard in Google, like anybody could come in and write anything. Like if you have an account.
Especially like on Wikipedia, anyone can go in there and edit everything in there. Like I think like they were doing that to Drake. Drake kept getting mad because they were going into his Wikipedia page and changing status. I think like where it says father, they're putting Kendrick's name. It was like parents, it would say his mom's name, and then they would put Kendrick Lamar as his daddy.
Oh, the internet, I love it.
The fucking internet is ruthless sometimes, bro. Shit.
But yeah, that's why. Yeah, because I heard supposedly there was in fact, I think he might have passed away too, but it was one of the masterpiece artists, Skullduggery. I guess at one point they said that he was arrested for having child pornography, and it wasn't even that. Like, but that's what it was saying on his Wikipedia. Like, I guess for years, and he was trying, like somebody that knew was like, nah, he got busted for some like gun charges, but there was no child pornography on there.
God damn, imagine it, like if you're well known, your haters can just go into your wiki page and make up shit about you. Like, dude, like man, I did not fuck that midget. I fucked 2 midgets. Get it right.
Shit straight.
I still the funny thing about Packy is though he's always telling me
I have a fantasy to fuck a midget.
That he wants us to smash a midget.
I do.
So there was a couple times I just happened to be driving past Figueroa, coming home from work, and I seen one working the corner, and I told him, Packy, if you really want it, she's right here on Big and whatever street it was.
I would rather wait until I go to like a red light district in Amsterdam where everything's clean instead of Figueroa.
But see, Packy doesn't even just want to go in. He wants to make love.
No,
So
I just want to take advantage of her. I want to have my way with her.
I just want a little quick little,
yeah,
little quickie.
Yeah, I want to know what it's like to fuck a midget.
Well, you got the cash, you got the ass.
I mean, like, there's.
But see, this is the thing. When's the chance you're ever going to really go to a red light district?
There's this one adult film actress. Her name is Megan Banks. She is a midget, and she is fine. Nice. She has some nice big tits and a fat ass. But she got a nice pussy too. I mean, she got a nice pussy too.
You got the game.
You know, like she don't have to get on her knees to give you head. You know. You can spin her around on your dick the whole time when you're, like.
Now you make me want to.
Yeah, see, I'm not the only one. Oh shit, I'm not the only one who thinks like that. Paragon, come on, why are you hating?
I'm not hating. I mean, I'm short, so before I was married, I had a thing like, like a fantasy for like
tall girls.
Trying to fuck a tall chick, so what I mean?
What's the tallest chick you ever fucked?
Probably like was it maybe like 5'8". 5'8", but with the heels and everything, it was so tall.
It's about 5'9", yeah, the tallest girl I've ever.
I'm 5'4", so for me that was pretty.
Dang, you're 5'4".
Yep.
Shit. You're legally considered a dwarf at 4'9".
Why you gotta be like that?
Nah,
how tall is Chayo?
Child clears
Did you
that.
call your boy a dwarf?
No. Like you're an adult and you're like there's this I work with this girl. I work with this girl.
Yeah.
She's 4'9".
Okay.
But she's not really a dwarf. But I was like,
how white is she?
How what?
How white is she?
She's not that white. I mean, she's a little thick, but not she's thick in the right places.
All right.
And then like, I was just curious. I was like, I wonder what's legally considered a dwarf, and it said 4'9". And I asked her, hey, how tall are you? She's like, 4'9". I started laughing. Like, why are you laughing? And I showed her the results that I found online. She's like, oh my God, I'm a dwarf.
Fucking packing.
But I was like, hey, but you're a cute dwarf. She said, shut up. She walked away. She walked away laughing. Yeah.
There you go. You had your chance right there.
Nah, she's married.
Oh, well.
She's married.
Friends?
Maybe. I mean, we're friends, but like.
No, but I mean, she has any friends her height?
I don't know. But this is just a chick I work with.
There you go. She could be your bestie, and.
But see, I'd rather just like.
And she can visit to
pay for it. Cause see, if I get a fine midget who's a hooker, then you don't have to waste the time in trying to convince her to fuck you. 'Cause you already paid. You already know you're gonna fuck. You don't have to take her out on a date. You don't have to take, buy her food and shit. All you do, hey, come over. I'll smoke you out. Hey, I got some fucking chicken nuggets and shit. You were hungry. Yeah, I'm paying you $300 to suck my dick and let me put it in your butt.
Yeah, Packy's on it.
Oh yeah, Packy's.
So you won't see him, like, yo, that's my boy.
You know what? He didn't have to even pull no videos out. That's his segment for today. What the fuck, Packy?
Yeah, and I didn't have a segment, so that was my segment for today. I agree with that.
Because Packy's segment is called "What the Fuck, Packy," because he'll show all these what the fuck kind of videos.
Yeah.
And sit us through, and so like Packy could just have a.
That was a what the fuck rant.
I can see where Elliot's name's coming from.
About prostitutes and midgets and.
I mean, you guys don't remember the porn star Bridget the Midget?
Yeah.
See, Dre does. He's a dirtbag like me.
No, I seen her on Howard Stern.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Bro, I never seen any of your stuff in action.
I've seen her stuff in action.
But you know what I did see in action was, who's the one that fucked Trump?
Something Summers? Misty Summers or Stormy Daniels?
Stormy Daniels. I've seen her shit. And then
you know who
anytime they mention a bitch's name on the Victory Light, I gotta look her up immediately. Like
Victory Light? What's Victory Light?
It's a dope podcast. But yeah, every time they mention somebody on there, I'm like, these fools know what they're talking about. I'm gonna go check this bitch out. And they're usually right.
Like that. So do you remember Sunny from WWE?
No, I saw her shit.
I didn't like
all
her.
the celebrity shits I saw.
Yeah, like her. When I saw her video, her panocha is just nasty.
Out of all the celebrity ones, I think. Did you ever see the one from the Girls Next Door?
Kendra Wilson.
Wilkinson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was quick. It was like quick, fast.
It was alright. She was all tweaked out and shit. It was alright, bro.
She was tweaked out.
Yeah,
I thought she was coked out.
No, she was twacked out. And then
there's a Rose McGowan one.
I didn't see that.
Where she's sucking dick and getting plowed doggy style.
I didn't see that one. I saw the one for the housewives. One of the bitches, housewives. She has a sex video.
Oh, this is a black chick, huh?
No, it's a white chick.
It's a white chick.
And at the end, she eats like bagels with cream cheese. It's kind of gross, bro. It's like, ugh, bitch is naked eating bagel. Like, bitch, put some clothes on.
Wait, what's gross for eating a bagel with cream cheese naked?
It's the way she does it, bro. It's not right.
Someone thought I was Luis Guzman right now.
Luis Guzman?
Is that Luis Guzman in the Little Rascals hat? I'm assuming it must be me.
Yeah, Luis Guzman. You know who that is, right?
Yeah, hell yes. That's my boy right there. Fuck yeah. That's my Theo.
That shit's funny.
Luis, matter of fact, like, he should play me like as an older man or something, like, you know what I mean? Like, like, that's gonna be me. Like,
he should play as your older you coming back from the future, telling you, do not do that fucking thing with packing tomorrow. This is the result.
Seriously, we could make a movie like that, like where he could be coming back to me from the future, like, you know what I mean, like you know how like Biff meets his future. Of course, I think it's still Biff, just in an old man suit. But like,
are you talking about Back to the Future?
Back to the Future, yeah.
Okay. Biff Tannen,
whatever. Yeah. That's
what do you mean, whatever? I don't ever fucking insult Back to the Future like that again.
I don't remember motherfucking names.
No. If you're gonna bring back, if you're gonna bring back a classic, iconic movie like that, you cannot insult it like that.
Who remembers Tannen?
I do.
Only you do.
No. Bro, he remembers who Tannen is. He knows who Tannen is.
I don't remember Tannen.
Go with it.
Remember, you're talking to a guy who was singing that today was breaking that anniversary.
Oh, you never saw Back to the Future?
It's been a minute.
Oh, dude.
I mean, I love that movie. I just forgot his name was Tannen. I don't even know if I ever realized his name was Tannen. I just always knew him as Biff.
Did you know that he was also the cop in Blood In, Blood Out?
I knew that.
Okay.
And he's also in Freaks and Geeks. He's the gym teacher.
Really? I never saw Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah, he's the gym teacher. What's it called? Yeah, but yeah, Blood In, Blood Out. He's what's his name's partner?
Yeah,
when he be
Ben something. What's that guy's name?
Benjamin Bratt's partner.
Benjamin Bratt.
No
yeah.
way.
Yeah, the white guy, like that's eating the donuts and shit.
Here, have a donut. What an asshole.
Mind.
Huh?
You guys just blew my mind.
You don't remember?
Yeah, that's him. I remember.
You remember Blood In, Blood Out, right?
Yeah, I watch that movie all the time.
Now you know the cop, the white cop.
Yeah,
that's Biff Tannen.
I never took notice.
Yeah, I noticed it right away when I saw it for the first time. Like, hey, That's the dude from fucking Back to the Future. Biff Tannen.
I just do him as, I want you to make like a tree and
Get out of here. Let's make like a tree and leave, you idiot.
Sometimes because of that movie, though, I did tell that to kids. I'd mess with them like and stuff. All right, I want you to make like a tree and get out of here. Just to be
And when I saw him on Blood In, Blood Out, I'm like, oh shit. Hey, I know who that is. I just tripped the fuck out, yo. Like, he's like,
when I get home, I'll have to watch that movie again.
Which one? Back to the
Blood
Future?
In, Blood Out.
Blood In, Blood Out?
He just blew in my mind.
Yeah,
You know that you can watch it now on Hulu?
Oh, he's on Hulu? Is that on Disney no more?
Hulu, it's owned by Disney.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for a long time.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. See, this is.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
This is the trippy part. A lot of people did not realize that Disney owned the movie Blood In, Blood Out.
Oh, I knew that because of the
You know?
studio.
Yeah.
It's
So
Touchlight, right? Or what is it?
I forgot. I forgot, but all I know is that Disney owned it, and that's why.
it's a parent
And
company.
the only way that you were able to see Blood In, Blood Out was from a YouTube video.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until Disney acquired Hulu, because they're not gonna put Blood In, Blood Out on Disney Plus, fool.
Why not?
Because it's Disney Plus.
No, it was.
That'd be dope. Like
No, it wasn't on Disney Plus. It was, it's on
cast was showing
Hulu.
when
Like if you go,
what's
like you go on
Give me some
Disney Plus,
Chon.
like you go on
Because
Disney
I
Plus,
had
you
Hulu.
search, like you go on Disney Plus and you search, yeah, it's gonna pop out because Disney Plus and Hulu merged.
Yeah, because I have Hulu, and the Blood In, Blood Out wasn't there. Disney Plus was there, but they didn't have the movie.
Yeah, like have you tried logging it back into Hulu?
Recently? No.
Like try logging that
But,
back
I
into.
remember, but when it first came out,
Yeah.
on Disney Plus,
Uh-huh.
it wasn't on Hulu yet.
Because Hulu would have been bought by Disney.
Yeah, now it makes sense now.
Yeah, so I didn't realize that, and then for a long time they didn't want to, because Hulu and Disney were separate for a while. Even though Disney owned it, they didn't want to put it on Disney Plus, and it wasn't until they acquired Hulu. Like, okay, now that we have a platform that we can put other like gory shit and stuff like that we own, we could put it on here, and it was released on Hulu for the first time, available online.
So all those memes when we see Mickey Mouse being a cholo, has a roots.
That's what I had. That's how it worked out. You know, he got jumped in.
So,
Kind of like
Chong Chong is all Disney.
Exactly, it's all Disney. Like, you know what I mean? Just like you know, Shia LaBeouf. Now he's repping the hood.
Shia LaBeouf.
So would it be
Shia LaBeouf.
would it be right for Chong Chong to come out in Disneyland?
Feel right?
Yeah.
The hair all Chong.
In his red underwear, with his hair all fucked up.
Miklo, what about me?
Hey, what about me, motherfucker?
Going up to little kids, give me some Chong Chong.
Hey, sitting there taking shots at the table, all pissed off.
It's been fun. We have like they always say, when you're having fun, it just fucking time flies.
Yeah.
I want to thank you, brother, for taking the time out of your. I know you got a busy schedule, for coming over here and hanging out with us, and listening to my mental stories.
It's just fun. Entertaining.
But I learned a lot more about you than I ever knew, and I definitely want to be able to bring you back more and hear more stories.
Let me know.
Before we get out of here, where can they find you?
Right now, I'm just active on Instagram, Klass_1. You know, I'm working on certain things. Can't really talk about it. But other than that, you guys can see me around.
Any big events you're gonna be at coming up?
Not really.
Not really.
Like I said, I'm slowly getting back into the mix.
Got it.
Because I was laying low for a minute.
Yes, sir.
So now that I'm back,
Uh-huh.
you know, I'm making my contacts with my people.
Yeah.
So like a documentary.
Oh,
we're
fuck
working
yeah.
on that one.
Fuck yeah.
You know, other events is in works.
Okay.
Utmost of myself, we're trying to bring back Beef Swamp Meat.
I miss the Beef Swamp Meat, bro.
So everybody keeps on asking me
I
when is Beef
miss
Swamp
the
Meat
Beef
coming
Swamp
back.
Meat. I miss it. I wanted it to be back.
That was another place where everything just kind of came together
and meshed.
And not even just the scenes like performances, but even just as far as vendors and just as far as artists on many levels. Not even just performing, but it was just all around, and
it was home away from home for anybody in the hip hop culture.
Home away from, yes, it was.
That's what it was, like a Voltron, where we all
got together and created what is one big entity.
And then I heard they went on and did like a punk rock day too. They had like a 2-day, right, at one point.
No,
I thought there was a 2-day at one point, and one day was punk rock and the other day was hip hop.
No, it was only a 1-day festival.
Oh, okay, shit. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm.
Any shout outs, brother?
Just anybody who's living life, enjoying life. Pretty much. Anybody that is into all the hip hop community, I gotta give them love, because without everybody in the community, we would not be here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Shout outs, Paragon.
Just everybody that tuned in. Shouts out to the homie that said look like Luis Guzman. Shouts out to Rock Phenom, get better. You know what I mean? We're glad you're doing good. You know what I'm saying?
What will get you better?
His new job, he's doing insurance scams now, allegedly.
What will make you better, Rock Phenom, is a nice juicy steak.
You fucked up. Anyways, but when we see the ocean, we figure we're home. We're safe.
Free.
We're free.
And we're out of here.
Peace.
See you guys next week.
I just played the Warriors video game. That shit is dope, bro. I don't know why they don't remake that shit.
Not the movie, right?
No, the fucking game.